It's a real-life Jurassic World. Welcome to Skywatch TV News, June 10th, 2015. I'm Derek Gilbert. Scientists at the Imperial College of London found what appears to be collagen and red blood cells in bones of dinosaurs that supposedly lived 75 million years ago. The soft tissues were found by accident in some fossils that were dug up in Canada about 100 years ago. It's a mixture of animals, claw from a theropod that's a big meat-eating dinosaur like a Gorgosaurus, ankle bones from a duck-billed dinosaur, toe bone from something like a Triceratops. But this isn't the first time such a discovery has been made. About 10 years ago, paleontologist Dr. Mary Schweitzer at North Carolina State University made big waves in the field when she announced the discovery of collagen in the leg bone of a Tyrannosaurus rex discovered in Montana. The collagen, she said, was not only preserved, but it was still soft and flexible. Now here's the thing. Soft tissue is relatively fragile. Before 2005, scientists agreed that the upper limit for collagen preservation, the oldest it could possibly be under ideal conditions, was 2.7 million years. That means ideal conditions, it means frozen. Now, if you raise the temperature on these fossils to 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit, the longest collagen could be preserved was 180,000 years. Now, the bones discovered in London and were not in good condition. One researcher described them as crap. So why are scientists sticking with the 75 million year estimate for the age of these bones? Well, it's because we know that dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago. So instead of questioning the timeline of their history, researchers are now hard at work trying to figure out ways that collagen and red blood cells can be preserved for 75 million years. Of course, a way that doesn't involve refrigeration. The best guess so far from Dr. Schweitzer is that iron in the dinosaur's blood preserved the tissue. And they call us anti-science. It's the rise of the cyberbrain. A team of scientists from Harvard and a facility in China have invented an electronic mesh that can be injected with a needle, 1/10 of 1 millimeter in diameter, into brain tissue. They've tested this out on mice, and they found that there is no immune reaction for up to 5 weeks after the injection of the mesh, which spreads out and basically binds with neural tissue inside the mind. Researchers believe this could lead to unique biomedical applications or even allow wireless devices to be implanted directly into the brain. Now, this is just a step closer to the transhumanist goal of living forever by uploading mind, memories, and mannerisms into a computer mainframe somewhere. Inventor Martin Rothblatt, formerly Martin Rothblatt, created a social network to make this sort of immortality a reality. It's a social network called LifeNaut. Users complete a series of personality tests. The results are combined with data pulled from other social media sites to create a mind file and an accurate digital avatar. Rothblatt eventually hopes to implant these avatars into robots. Now, Rothblatt is no crackpot. She is an intelligent person, an MBA, a law degree, a PhD in medical ethics, the inventor of Sirius satellite radio. But so desperate for immortality that he's created a beta version of his wife of 33 years, Bina, a beta version of a robotic head controlled by an artificial intelligence programmed with one of these mind files, her personality characteristics. Speaking of robots, I mentioned last week that DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, is looking for designs on what they call LAWs, or lethal autonomous weapons systems, basically drones that can decide for themselves who to kill. We may have to wait a while yet before worrying about the Terminator scenario. I found a video online, a compilation from the Robot Challenge now underway, in which DARPA is looking to award a prize to the best bipedal robot that can replace soldiers in dangerous search and rescue operations. And as you can see from the video clips compiled here, there are still some bugs to work out. But I should point out that the two leading contenders for the DARPA Robot Prize, the two robots that had scored the highest in the competition to date, were withdrawn from the competition. These are robots called Atlas and Shaft. They were pulled out of the competition when Google purchased the companies who had created the robots. Google wants to develop them for commercial applications. Google, by the way, is a company that one analyst says is embarking on the Manhattan Project of artificial intelligence research. So, artificial intelligence combined with bipedal robots commissioned by the military. Now's a good time to mention a new series of special reports that we're posting online at skywatchtv.com. Inhuman, it's an examination of the transhumanist movement, and this will lead up to the release of a full-length documentary film, Inhuman, the movie. Tom Horn and the team here at Skywatch TV have been working on this for several years now. You can check out part 1 of Inhuman at skywatchtv.com. The Bilderberg Group meets this weekend in Austria. This is one of the granddaddies of conspiracy theorists. It's a group that's been meeting every year now for the last 63 years. About 140 of the world's best and brightest from the fields of finance, energy, government, academics, and media will get together to talk about how the rest of us should live our lives for the next 12 months. They gather under what are called Chatham House rules, which, when you boil it down, comes to this. The first rule of the Bilderberg Group is you don't talk about the Bilderberg Group. Don't expect to see any of the media invited to the meetings to write about what goes on at these meetings. Topics on the agenda this year include the Middle East, terrorism, Russia and Ukraine, Iran, and artificial intelligence, interestingly enough. And, by coincidence, the chairman of Google, Eric Schmidt, will be one of the attendees. No explanations yet for the mysterious lights on Ceres, the Dawn spacecraft. NASA's probe is now in orbit around the dwarf planet conducting mapping operations. Ceres is the largest object in the asteroid belt, and Dawn has sent back to Earth the highest resolution photos so far of the planetoid. The animation you're seeing here was created by NASA from those photos. The crater where you see these glowing lights, about 55 miles across, and as of yet, still no idea what's causing the reflected light. The lead investigator on the project for NASA says this makes Ceres unique in the solar system. And by the way, NASA's test of an inflatable flying saucer bound for Mars ended in disaster yesterday. The low-density supersonic decelerator is supposed to someday, hopefully, help mankind land on the surface of Mars. But the big parachute that was supposed to deploy to lower the saucer gently to splash down in the Pacific Ocean shredded in the vacuum of space, and the splash was a little larger than had been planned. The Charlie Charlie Challenge is still making its way around the internet. 4 high school students from Columbia, the nation, not the city in Missouri, were taken to a hospital emergency room screaming and babbling. Doctors there diagnosed them with a case of mass hysteria. Scientists examining the Charlie Charlie Challenge put the moving pencil down to gravity and what's called response expectancy, inadvertently moving the pencil with one's breath or movements in hopes of getting an answer. But parents in the Dominican Republic town of Hato Mayor, where the first video of this Charlie Charlie Challenge was apparently uploaded, said that their children were possessed by Satan after playing the game. The Islamic State's branch in Libya has kidnapped more Christians, 86 people kidnapped. They were from the nation of Eritrea, which is on the Red Sea, north of Ethiopia and east of Sudan. These people were captured by the Islamic State near Tripoli in Libya, where they had hoped to catch a boat to make their way to Europe. Intelligence officials in Australia believe that the Islamic State has confiscated enough radiological material to construct a dirty bomb. Hence the dirty bomb research in Israel that I told you about yesterday. Experts expect the Islamic State to conduct some type of major military operation in Syria and or Iraq in the near future. In its short history, the IS has used the Islamic holy month of Ramadan to make major gains of territory. Ramadan begins 1 week from today, June 17th. It was last year during Ramadan that the Islamic State announced the creation of the new caliphate. Last night on Skywatch TV, Steve Quayle joined Tom Horn for another fascinating half-hour discussion, this time about Steve's book, True Legends, Giants, Plumed Serpents, and the research that went into the creation of the book, trying to find the history underlying the legend. If you didn't watch it, you'll be able to see that program later this week on skywatchtv.com, also our official YouTube channel. But by the time this program is uploaded to the web, it will also be available at our Roku channel. Now, we received some emails over the last week or so indicating that our Roku channel has mysteriously disappeared from Roku accounts. Honestly, we have no explanation for it. Our code hasn't changed except to update the content. Now, the channel is being tested by Roku for official inclusion in their channel store. That may have had something to do with it. But we've got a query out to support at Roku. We've yet to hear back. So the only suggestion we can make at this point, if our channel has disappeared from your Roku account, a workaround, it's a little more effort, but you can add the YouTube channel to your Roku account. And then if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can watch our YouTube channel on your TV through your Roku account. But as soon as the issue, whatever it may be with Roku, is resolved, we will let you know about it. The new edition of Skywatch Magazine is nearly here. I'll give you a heads up when that's online. It's formatted for your laptop, desktop, or mobile device, and it is, of course, absolutely free. You find the link to the free Skywatch Magazine in the top menu bar at skywatchtv.com. We depend on your generosity to continue this work. As you probably guessed, television time is expensive. For your gift of $10 or more, we'd like to offer these gifts to you. The Disaster Survival Bible, which is a great preparatory resource for when things happen that you don't expect, and an account of a miraculous rescue from a horrific auto accident, Angels in the Fire by Dan Stadler. Those two books we will send to you at no charge for your monetary gift of $10 or more. Instructions on how to give available online at skywatchtv.com. We thank you for your feedback on these programs and how to make them more informative and interesting to you. You can send me an email anytime at dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. We thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is Skywatch TV.